Alright. Pretty sure that's the end of part 2. I mean, part 1. This is throwback to Crash Bandicoot. Because as we all know, Naughty Dog is the makers, or the original creators of Jak and Daxter and Crash Bandicoot, I should say. But both series went multi-platform. I think after Jak Combat Racing, Jak X, I think that's what it called or something like that. That's when it went multi-platform, I think, after that. Or after the Frontier, the PSP game, I'm not sure.
Hey, baby! What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Grab Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Ah, you don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
Okay, so there's 3 worlds that we can go to outside the hub world, because this right here, this village, I believe it's called Sandover Village. Yeah, Sandover Village is our hub world, but there's 3 other areas that we can go to. That's Misty Island, where we were at the beginning of the game when Daxter became, you know, a thing. And Oxel, it's an otter and a weasel mixed combined. And Sandover Village also has its own power cells. Most of the power cells from Sandover Village comes from the villagers, which we will talk to in this video. It's plenty of cutscenes, but they're not long.
Hello there, my dear boy. You've caught me at a most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old Precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, you know, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 Precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
Okay. And you can easily get 90 Precursor orbs if you just go to the other levels. The other level is Forbidden Jungle, and the other one is Sandover Beach, I think that's what it's called.
Oh, don't tell me that you two have problems as well. First I hear of monster sightings near the village, and now this. See those gears up there, boys? See them? See how they're not moving? That means our village has no power. The eco beam coming from the jungle temple has been interrupted. And boys, everyone's too frightened to go out and find out what's happened.
Did you pay the bill?
Yeah. Oh, you're funny. Now look, if you two fix the eco beam, I'll give you a power cell. Oh, and another thing, if by any chance you're interested in making a contribution to my re-election campaign, I might be willing to part with yet another power cell. The minimum contribution is a very modest 90 Precursor orbs.
You suck as a mayor. Alright, so we're gonna have to deal with the mayor and his bullcrap.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes.
You don't say, Daxter. You don't say. But yes, scout flies will always be in red boxes. Another indicator that a scout fly is nearby is they make that little buzzing, whirling sound. You don't have to get too close to it, but you got to be in the vicinity of it in order for you to, use that as a clue, as an audio clue if you don't quite know where a scout fly is at. Also, it's a good helpful thing if first person is your thing. You just press triangle and you can just look around. So if that helps you, I really don't use it. Honestly, I forget that it exists, but that's just me.
Hey, little furry dude. Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
Your what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. Huh. I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Yes, Daxter, we have to. We have to in order to complete the game. We have to. You'll be fine. Misty Island is actually not even a hard level. Get down there. Thank you. Oh boy. There we go. Now this is going to lead us to Sandover Beach or whatever. Like Samo said, the blue ego will lead you there. But I don't want to go there just yet. Because it's a couple of other villagers that we can talk to. And also, we can pretty much get the Scoutfly power cell in this area. And I'm already up to 4. Now, I'm not going to be able to trade any Precursor orbs with the villagers right now. Usually, I do that before I go to the volcanic area that Kira and Samos was talking about. So usually I do all my trading at the last minute when I know I'm going to go towards another hub world, because this is Sandover Village is not the only hub world.
Oh my, what a horribly sick little bird.
You don't look so good yourself, lady.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a spotted orange-bellied rainfrey. You know, yesterday I saw some terribly vicious creatures capture a mother flut-flut near the beach. Now there's this poor little orphan egg sitting in a nest at the top of the cliff, and I can't get to it. If you could climb up there and push it off, I've piled some hay down at the base to catch it safely. Do an old lady a favor, and I'll give you a power cell.
Alright, so we have to help a mommy flut-flut. Now that flut-flut egg is in Sandover Beach. I think that's what it's called again. It's in the beach area that Samos was telling us about.
Gotta milk those yak cows. Gotta milk those yak cows. Oh, it's you. Oh, just resting my tired bones. I've been trying to get those ornery yak cows back into the pen all day. Some strange creatures tried to steal them earlier. You think you could help an old man and try to get him back into the corral?
Yeah, I don't understand what he just said. Because I don't know. I forgot how to put the subtitles on. If there are any subtitles available in this game, I'm pretty sure there are, though. But I could be wrong. But the gist of what he was saying is that I need to push his yaks or yuccos, I think that's the proper term, into this pin here. We will do that. But first, that is the way to Forbidden Village. There's one other thing that I will show off before I even head in that direction. But first, let's just, I probably should have, did the roll and jump. I forgot how stiff Jak can be with his movements. And those Precursor orbs, I don't know if that count for the Forbidden Jungle or, I don't know if they count for Forbidden Jungle or for Sandover Village. I guess we'll find out. One more Scoutfly and we'll be good.
This must be a Precursor oracle like the sage always goes on about. I hope they weren't as ugly in person.
Who awakens the oracle? Wait, one of you has the light within. From before time, I have watched and waited for the true hero to return. Present to me 120 Precursor orbs for each power cell I contain.
So we need 240 Precursor orbs for his eyes. We don't have that. We don't even have 90. Oh, shoot. There's our last scout fly. Now there's one other mechanic, I think it's up here, that precursor orbs like to be put inside. It's kind of like a little chamber looking thing. If it's up here, no it's not. So, that's okay. As a matter of fact, it's over there. That's the true Running Man, by the way, guys. I like the one when he does the slam dunk. That is so hilarious to me. We come up here. Alright. No, 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 no. There we go. Alright. Alright, I got plenty of time. And in these little vault looking things, it has precursor orbs. So every time you see these, there's usually some blue eco around it. Now some of them get cryptic after a while, like you'll have to go to a blue eco vent, travel a little ways, and then like do a rolling jump to barely hit this. There's actually an instance like that in the next hub world, Rock Village, that does that. But instead of an eco vent, it's like clumps, and obviously the clumps only give you a portion of your eco gauge. So you have to be really, really quick and pretty much master the rolling jump. But usually these are in pretty much, I believe, in every level, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not exactly how much precursor orbs is in it. I want to say at least 10. So be on the lookout for these. When it's situated like that, that means it has been, when you can see a little gap like that, that means you've already gotten it. Let's go ahead and just push these little well, little ain't the word, but you guys know what I mean. Let's just circle them to death and get them going in here. Now those precursor orbs, those do count for Sandover Village, but I'm gonna ignore those for now because that leads to the volcano area of the game, and we need 20 power cells in order to go there. I like to call them transitional levels because you just essentially ride on your zoomer to get to the next hub world. So transition from one hub world to the next. So, and the hub world isn't long, so there's no warp. They don't know like a warp spell or anything like that. Or there's not like no teleporters or whatever. But honestly, these hub worlds are so small, you really don't need them. Is that all of them? Apparently not, because Daxter would have said something. He would have called the farmer lazy. He's like, let's go back and talk to that lazy farmer, or that lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Oh, there we go. He over here eating. Sorry to destroy your meal, or disrupt your meal, I should say. But getting that there pin. No, 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 wrong way. Sorry I have to hit you in the face. As a matter of fact, I'm just sorry that I have to hit you at all. But get in there.
That lazy farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
Okay. So next up, we're just gonna go ahead and head into the Forbidden Jungle, which is right along here. Let me see something though. Sandover Village. I have 30. Okay, so these are for Sandover Village. Alright, now I believe we've entered. Yeah, now we're in Forbidden Jungle. So let's go ahead and get started.